I have my daughter's little Suzuki LT80 in here for a check on the front end alignment. This thing, a little bit dicey to drive. Of course, it's dicey to drive anyway. This thing is just stupid fast, and it's tiny. You just almost can't keep the front wheels on the ground. I weigh 175 pounds, and this thing will run out from under me. So the way I'm doing this is the way I do all the quads. Is I set up two lasers here, measure the maximum width of the quad so that the laser line can actually go along the sides, on both sides. One of these is a little bit weaker than the other one. You can see them both up on the front there. And the way to do this is I'll set them both up in the back here. And they don't have to be the same height, but they have to be enough distance apart that they can shine close to the quad. And the real trick is to get the quad lined up in between here. I have to scoot the back end back and forth a little bit to get it to where I can read pretty much exactly the same between the green laser line and the inside edges of the wheel rims, front and back. The distance between the ones on the back and the ones on the front are slightly different. Not a lot, but they are slightly different. So the way I do this is I take these lasers. These are both Wii tools. This one here is a lot brighter than this one, and this one's a newer one. I don't know why, but you can see both lines across the ceiling. And I'll set them up to where they're exactly parallel with each other. I'll line them and get them positioned to where the two lines are exactly parallel all the way across the back of the garage, across the ceiling and down both sides. That way I know this line going here and this line going here, you can just barely see. You can see it here, okay, but when it goes down to the floor, it disappears. It's there, I can see it, but it doesn't really show up on camera very well. But you can see it down here on the wall. So, get these things set up and get the quad positioned in between these two lines here to where the distance between the center cap of this wheel to this line and the center cap of that wheel to that line are the same. And the center cap to this line and the center cap to the other wheel are the same, front and back. That way I know the quad is equal distance. Oh, the other thing I have to do is straighten up the handlebar. And one way I've done is I'll locate and measure a spot back here on this back coast and measure with a tape measure from the edge of this handle grip to that spot and the edge of that handle grip to that spot and get them exactly the same. That way I know that the handlebars are square with the quad, and then the wheels are just going to fall wherever the wheels fall. So then the next thing is to take and measure. Let's see. Okay, this right here. This is 1.2 inches from the center of that cap to the line on this side. Well, that laser line shows up good on this little, and it's exactly 1.2 inches from the center of that cap to here. And up here, it's about 1.45 to there. And this side, 1.45 also. So to figure out what the toe is, measure from here to the grain line, and that is 1.75, and here that's 1.85. So this wheel is actually towed out 1/10 of an inch. Let's check this side. This is 1.9, and that is 1.85. So this one's towed in about 50 thousandths. So the total is about 50 thousandths. Let's see, that one over there, what did I say that one was? I forgot. So this here is 1.8. And this is 1.95. So this is 150 thousandths. This kicked out 150 thousandths. And it should, I can't find what the actual specs are, but they should be towed in slightly. And this is towed out slightly. And the way you fix that, the light. You can see the adjusting arms, the tie rods on it. You have to adjust the in and out of those, and it will twist the tire or the wheel in and out. They're real simple to change. It's kind of a pain in the butt to get in here to show it. I'll kill myself under here. Okay, see that rod right there that's got a nut and jam nut on the end of it? And there's a pinch right in the middle of it. Put an adjustable wrench on that pinch and hold it steady, and then loosen that nut, and then you can turn that rod, and that nut has a screw on the inside of it, and it will push or pull depending on which way you turn that rod, and adjust the toe of this wheel. There, you can see it a little bit better. I don't know why I didn't think of this in the first place. And there's the tie rod right there. And it's got a jam nut on both sides, both ends. They both do. So, since I don't know exactly what the spec is on the toe on this LT80, I can't find it anywhere. I don't have a service manual for the thing, and I can't find it online anywhere. I'm going to take a measurement from my Yamaha Warrior and copy that. And that's 1/16 of an inch toe in, so the front needs to be 1/16 of an inch closer than the rear. So this right here needs to be like 1/32 in further than the back on both sides. And that will align both the wheels to the handlebars and make the toe in, I think, at about the right amount. So I'm going to get busy and start that. Okay, here's how you take these things apart. Put an adjustable wrench on that dimple that's on that guy there. Now these are 14 millimeters. I've already broken these loose, but the ones on this side spin that way to loosen them up. The ones on the other side spin the other way to loosen them up. So now I'm going to shut this off and go make sure I've got the quad still repositioned in the laser lines where they should be, and measure them, and then adjust those rods. Okay, I rechecked these. This in the back is reading 1.2. This one on this side, 1.2. I did shift this front one just a smidge when I was pulling those things loose. So this is now 1.4, 1.45. And this side is 1.45. Okay, so now this is 1.75 to there, and that's that's 2. That's 2 inches. I wonder if I move the steering wheel too. Let's go from there to there. That's 37 inches to that center mark. And here, I did just a smidge. Okay, that's 36 7/8. That's 36 7/8. So the handlebars are back straight. Now, that is 1.75, and that's 2. So this is 25 thousandths towed in. And this is 1.85, and this is 1.8. That's 1.8. Okay. So I need to bring these, I need to bring this out and this one in just a smidge. I'm going to see if I can do this by hand. Let's see. Crap. That whole thing is turning. Damn it. I did not want that. Let's see which way this goes. I'll get that. Okay, that went a little bit. Let's see what we did. That's 1.9. And that's 1.85. So this is towed out, so we need to go the other way, I think. Get this to bottom out, going the other direction. I wonder if I can do that by hand. Crap. Just I can't. Okay. I turned that. Now I got to reset the freaking handlebars because I moved them. .36 7/8. Yeah. Just to go there. Come on. .36 7/8. And Went a little bit too far. Now let's try that. Really, the thing to do is to put some rope on these things and tie them to where they can't move. That's 36 3/4 to that point. 36 3/4 to that point. That's pretty straight. Okay. Now let's see where we are here. 2 and 1.8. 1.45. So this is 2, and so we're 200 thousandths different from here to here. I'm gonna have to put this thing down and adjust it. Okay, I did this. So this is coming in at now about 1.9. This is coming in 1.8. 1.8, 1.85. So this wheel's towed in 50 thousandths on this side so far. I'm going to let that sit there. Let's see. And this guy here, let's see. Having this phone, doing this one-handed is a pain in the butt. Okay, that's 1.95, and that's 1.8. So this one's 15 thousandths towed out. So this one is going to have to turn. Let's see. That's a 13 millimeter. Is that what fits that? I'm not sure which way this is going to go. Looks like it towed in there. Ouch. Got crap on the floor here that's getting all over my knee. So that is 1.95. And that is 1.8. So I may have gone, did I go the wrong way? Let's go a little bit more and see. That's 2 inches, 1.8. Yeah, I went the wrong freaking way. So I'm gonna have to go this way to tow that in. Now let's see. It's a 1.9 and a 1.885. Okay, so this is now towed in 50 thousandths on this side and 50 thousandths on that side. So I think I'm going to lock those in and try this out. It's actually slightly, it was towed out before and the thing felt dangerous to ride. So this is a total of 1/10 of an inch, 100 thousandths towed in. That may be too much. That may be too much. Because on my Yamaha Warrior, they wanted it to be a 1/16 of an inch, which is 125 thousandths. Oh, well, this may be okay then. If this is, because this is a much smaller quad, so if this is towed in 100 thousandths, that may work out okay. I think I'm gonna lock those nuts down and give it a shot and see. Okay, I got the quad back in the garage. I made an error in my video earlier. I had to bring the thing back in and reset up my lasers and reset this front end. As I was editing the first video, I caught myself saying that I needed a 1/16 of an inch toe end, which was 125 thousandths, and this one came in at 100 thousandths. 1/16 of an inch is 0.0625, 62.5 thousandths. So this thing was towed in way more than I needed to have it. And that showed up riding it on the street. So I brought it back in and reset it. It's at about, 30 to 40 thousandths toe in now, and it runs real stable and it's real sweet. Wanted to update on a couple of things. Let me put the light in here. To set the toe in these things, this right here is your tie rod. There's a nut on either end. You loosen the nuts and you can spin this center part and it'll tow the tire one way or the other. There's a dimple in it, a flat spot. I think you can see it right there. It takes a 10 millimeter wrench on that. The nuts out here are 14 millimeter. So this thing is running fine now. I'm pretty happy. I think my daughter will be real happy with it. I bought this thing for her when she was 12 years old. She's 25 now. They sell these things for little kids. They sell them as little kids. I think Kawasaki has the same thing. I'm not sure what they call theirs. But anyway, these things are ridiculously fast for what they are. And they sell these things for little kids. My daughter, I tried to get her a bigger quad, like a Warrior or a Blaster or Honda 400 or something like that. She doesn't want it. She loves this thing. Of course, she's not very big, but with me riding it, I weigh 175 pounds, and I can't keep the freaking front wheels on the ground on it. This thing, it's just crazy fast. And it's got the governor set up in it. It'll run even faster. I know people like to get these things and set them up for racing. There's something in the carburetor that you can adjust to open it up more. There's a governor of some sort. And you can also adjust these things right here, which keep the thumb switch from moving quite as far. But this thing, boy, when it warms up, it will frickin' scream. The only thing I ever have trouble with is the carburetor. I have to take it apart, clean it about twice a year. But after that, it runs perfectly fine. And we've had this thing, oh good God, 13 years. Yep, I gave it to her for Christmas when she was 12 years old. And this doesn't spend too much time on it, but boy, when she does, she just has a blast. Anyway, I wanted to clarify that little error I made and admit to it and say that I got it straightened out, and it runs famously. I like it. One more little thing. I mentioned before about setting a center spot on the back of the quad to align the handlebars up straight. I actually have a paint spot back here that I used a caliper to figure the exact center of the quad, and I use a tape measure to measure from here to the end of that grip and from here to the end of that grip. And when they're both the same, then that handlebar is a square with the quad, and I'll adjust the wheels to that. Be kind of like getting your front end aligned on your car and the steering wheel's not straight. They align the wheels, but your steering wheel's crooked. This will avoid that.